Hey YouTube, it's Haig here. Um, Taking a look at the weather in the Pacific Northwest. I am gonna focus much on the south coast of BC since that's where I am. I just want to shout out to Jonathan Pole, who is another YouTube user who runs a weather channel down in Washington State, and also the well-known Michael Snyder, who covers the United States more and down through there, especially the Portland area, Oregon, and up towards Washington and Seattle area. Shout out to those YouTubers that make these videos. I want to focus more on Southwest BC. I want to kind of do videos for Canadians. To have somebody similar to those people on YouTube sharing their content for across the Pacific Northwest. So I'm going to be focused on Southwest BC and where we're at with our weather. I'm going to go on with the short range forecast and then talk about the long range where we could start to see some cool downs later in November. But at this time, we're going to cover the short range forecast. And as we have already clouded over for much of the area this afternoon, it's sitting out there and it's about cloudy out in Nanaimo right now, probably around 8 Celsius, probably cloudy down in Vancouver and much of the southwest coast of BC under this cloud cover. We have a system approaching tonight, and it will start to come over Vancouver Island and spread precipitation across the area. And around midnight tonight, we do see that this area will come down, and it's starting to affect the Nanaimo and the mainland and the Victoria area around after midnight-ish tonight. And that band will push to the east, actually, across the lower mainland for our morning hours. So that rain is still in the vicinity down in the lower mainland, in the through up through Hope and those areas. Dealing with that rain continuing on into the morning hours after the sun comes up and like into the 10 o'clock in the morning. But by like 6 o'clock in the morning, it should be done with the rain for the Nanaimo area and the Victoria area. And as we advance on through most of Monday, pretty much a nice day. We do see that on Monday evening, we do see some pop-up showers and potentially some mountain flurries over the area. This would be going in through the Monday evening period. But if we continue on through this period as we wake up Tuesday morning, in the daytime, we should see that activity clear up. So what we're getting out of this next 48 hours is we're getting a couple periods of rain. The first period of rain from the Nanaimo and the mainland and Victoria will be around midnight tonight and through early hours of Monday morning. It will kind of clear up for most of the day Monday for most locations on Vancouver Island. And then on Monday night going into Tuesday, overnight again, we see that precipitation chances pick up, especially around the Nanaimo corridor. And even some blue, indicating that some of the higher mountains above us will be getting some wet snow mixing in potentially. So that is the major time frames for any type of rain um, down for the United States and Seattle. Rain when you wake up Monday morning. Uh, Probably clearing out somewhat. We're coming lighter throughout the day, but hanging into that rain most of the day more. And then even some of these areas up towards the Puget Sound here, still trying to hang on to rain most of the day. So a lot weather towards the Puget Sound region and for Seattle compared to Vancouver Island that will likely clear out of this rain by the time we're waking up Monday morning. And of course, the Cascades here, quite a bit of heavy snowfall depending on the elevation and up for Southwest BC interior. A nice swath of snow. We can take a look at our 850 millibar temperature here. See where we're really at. And you can see that on Tuesday, look at the 850 millibar temperatures. Quite a lot of cold air aloft as we go in through Monday evening into Tuesday. Quite a lot of cold air aloft is moving over the region. We're taking a look at temperatures 1,500 meters above sea level. These are not going to be your temperatures for the coastlines like Nanaimo and Seattle. We're talking air aloft here. But with that, you run the risk, as I was just showing you, you run the risk for quite a bit of snow up for the Cascade Mountains and up through the interior British Columbia, likely places like the Coquihalla Highway, would probably be dealing with snow. And if we take a look here at our snowfall accumulation, you can see up in the mountains, you're getting the pinks showing up in our mountains. This is showing areas getting anywhere between maybe 10 to 30 centimeters in some of the highest mountains, and for the Cascades could probably get snow here, and maybe in BC interior high mountains getting the highest snowfall up to a foot. But even some of the passes could be seeing some accumulation with the 850 millibar temperatures being that way. And of course, the lower mainland and Vancouver Island is going to be mild enough for rain. So we'll take a look at our rainfall map here as we go on through. And this is going to be going out 48 hours, and we're into Tuesday morning at this time. And if you look at the rainfall map, it kind of puts Nanaimo under this bubble of 13 to 17 millimeters of rain. So we may have a heavier band coming through at some time compared to other locations in the next 48 hours. You did see that on Tuesday overnight. I showed you that area that kind of develops out towards the Nanaimo area, and even another one over the Southern Gulf Islands. And up towards North Vancouver Island, getting a lot more rain. 5 to 10 millimeters throughout Seattle probably in the next 48 hours. Heavier rains up in our Olympic Mountains, heavier rains up into lower elevations of the Cascades, and heavier rains, of course, up in the North Shore Mountains, ranging it to 30 to 40 millimeters. But for the lowlands, this is quite a light rain event. It's nothing significant. So we'll take a look here at some other longer range aspects of Pacific Northwest weather. So I just want to take a look at some of the longer range aspects. So we'll go into some long range models here. Taking a look at the ECMWF, and let's just change our map view here. I like to use Oceanic and Gulf of Alaska here. So taking a look, here's our system that we're dealing with coming in through tonight. It leaves the area by morning time. We have a dry stretch for most of Tuesday and most of Monday still being dry. And then even Wednesday, some very light shower action, but I mean, in the daytime, it doesn't look like we're going to see anything much. So the next couple of days, it's looking drier in the daytime for Southwest BC. And then we see this system come through on the Thursday, November 20th. This one will bring more rain to our area, and it probably has some kind of atmospheric river event attached to this as we head on through Saturday and go into the weekend. So our extended remains active or dry across the Pacific Northwest. Our driest likely days will be the next Monday through Wednesday, likely to be our driest of our days out across Vancouver Island. The weather turns wet and active for the weekend. That's a really nice atmospheric river. And then as we get this low pressure system, we start to see Arctic air sneaking down from the north. And it's that low track right now, where it is pointing to the center into the south of Vancouver Island, that keeps Vancouver Island in some colder air aloft. And the snow level could really come down as we head into next week, early next week. And we're going to be talking about potential for the flakes starting to mix in, even in through Nanaimo in this scenario. But it is far out to talk about. And then as we go through the end of November, we start to see Arctic air come in. And I can show you that as we take a look here at our temperatures. If we go into temperatures in Celsius. So here's where we are right now. The Arctic air is normally the pinks and the purples. And then the temperatures below freezing are normally this icicle, ice shade, or whatever you want to call it, the bluer colors. And then when you get into the red colors here, and the pink and the purple colors, That's like 0 to 4 Celsius. When you get into these brighter reds, temperatures are between 4 to 12 Celsius. So that's how you read this. So I'm going to walk you through here. As we can see up in Alaska here, there is really cold as we speak. And as I advance on through the forecast period, and as we go in through the end of November here, watch what happens here. All this cold air starts to come down from the Yukon and all the way down in for the interior. And you can start to see here that Vancouver Island starts to get covered in temperatures between 0 to -5 for a bit here as we advance on through the end of the month. If I take a look at it more zoomed in for you guys, um, you can see some of these areas away from the water starting to get into the minus side. Um, But if you keep going on through, and if I walk it on through, look at some of these chilly temperatures here. Mainland -3, -2, different, especially at nighttime, getting below the freezing mark for most of these days between the 25th and the 30th of November, especially overnight. And even the daytime highs are around 3 degrees here. That is getting really close to where you would need for snow, and the air aloft is going to be quite cold during this period. So if we take a look at our air aloft during this period here, let's go to the 25th and onwards. I mean, it's getting, especially on Wednesday, November 26th, that -5 temperature aloft at the 850 millibar level suggests some very deep cold. It goes down to -8 even as we walk on through November 27th. There's very cold air aloft coming in, so that is going to help make a lot of snow in the mountains and potentially even get it to come down to sea level here throughout Nanaimo and the lower mainland at different times. But it's too early to talk about. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you enjoy these videos, please make a comment because I want to start making more. I don't have a computer up and running with a good enough quality microphone just yet to make desktop version videos of this, but I am going to be doing that soon.